Broadcast. Bang! No real bang. I want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Monday, February the 6th, 2012, 4 p.m. Eastern. What a day. What a day. What a nothing day. Actually, more of a turnaround day. S&P going lower in Asia to start the week out. Europe came in, no deal in Greece. It's unbelievable. You know, you read these stories and these people make these comments, draw the line in the sand, say we must have a deal now, and there's no deal and the market doesn't go down. I mean, that's nuts. They said they must have a deal last night, and what happened? No deal. The Greeks are not going to go along with this. This is, once again, like I've been saying over and over, this is economic warfare. This is economic warfare. And Greece lost. This is the new modern warfare, and cyber warfare comes into play too. Only the most wealthy and technologically savvy countries are going to win that war. And that is an economic war as well. So the pen, the keyboard, the money, the paper, these are the military weapons. And Germany, the IMF, and the ECB are trying to do something to the Greek people that they just are not going to do. Or at least half of them are going to be pissed off. And in my opinion, we could be talking revolution in April. Who knows what type of leader is going to emerge? Candidate. On what platform they're going to run on? You know, let's close up our borders. Maybe they can make gasoline out of olive oil. Hey. Because import prices would surge. The drachma would become worthless. They would have to basically produce everything themselves. Import as little as possible. And export as much as possible. And that would mean cutting the work week, and they would have to get there anyway. But you know what? They don't want to listen to the Germans. They want to have to do it themselves. And the only way they're going to have to do it themselves is to be forced. Because they are the Greek public. They do not want to go through with this austerity measure. The Greek Orthodox priest, the head of, does not believe this will work. So we see the euro, though, and it just doesn't go down. So what does that tell us? It's going up. We held support today. Should have went long. I didn't. Sold the bounce. Gave back. But again, this is some monster range. You know we're going to take this out. It looks almost too easy, doesn't it? It never plays out the way we think. They'll probably explode it, then collapse it, then explode it again. Because right now, if you're short, aren't you a little nervous that it's not going down? Are you going to believe that there is a deal imminent? Like we've been believing now for the last week. These liars in Europe keep telling us there's going to be a deal. And they can't. They don't want to give up their vacation. They don't want to give up their bonuses. This is insanity. Listen, I agree with everything the Germans, the IMF, are trying to impose on them. I can't believe this country doesn't get it. They're bankrupt. They still want their cake and eat it too. Maybe they'll charge $1,000 to go to the Acropolis. I don't know. But when you look at this daily on the euro, it's not going down. Which means it's going up. Which means they're probably going to get a deal done. The market believes they're going to get a deal done. The shorts don't want to be short ahead of the deal. Why not sell it higher? So I just think that it is a long. It's going to be a deal. But then that's your shorting opportunity. And again, we could have the monster spike, the mother load, to my 136 zone. Absolutely. Or we could completely reverse, not even hit the channel line, spike up to 132.50, 133.50, and close down on the day. Hey, there we go. So, they don't want to give it up. They don't want to give it up. Now, tonight we do have some good numbers out of Switzerland currency reserves. Let me tell you, this Euro Swiss, if these currency reserves are good, listen, if there wasn't a deal done, shouldn't Euro Swiss be collapsing? Shouldn't Euro Sterling be collapsing? Euro Aussie? Well, remember, there's a rate decision tonight. So you look at the euro across the board today, it did not collapse, even though no deal was done, which means these idiots have no credibility now in my eyes. Whatever they say, they're full of crap, because the market's just told you, hey, we're already pricing in a 70% reduction in principal. They've already agreed upon the frame. All we got to do is get these stupid Greeks, and I'm Greek, 25%, to agree to the austerity measures. It just can't look like it's the Germans and the ECBians and the IMFers as the ones doing it. So, as long as it can look and smell okay, they'll probably go along with it. But supposedly the next 24 hours is key. Again, although there are reports it might be another week. I believe February 18th is they have to have something done. So almost like they bought themselves till February 18th. Unbelievable. When this was supposedly have to get done last week. But it's headline stories, people. And if it won't go down, man, what's going to happen if they get their act together? So again, I think it's going to play out not like we think. And I think at the end of the day, Euro's going to rally on it and then come in strong. And then I don't know. How's that? Up 150, down 100, then the moment of truth. And then you see how it closes. If it closes strong, you know you can continue to buy. If it closes as a shooting star that day, no way, that was it. But it's going to be more up, down, and maybe it could be a one-way day. But something's coming. Dalian holding the line well. Isn't it amazing? That's a shooting star, and it's 20 pips on a daily. It's crazy. I don't like the daily, but it's only 20 pips. I mean, come on. But as long as we hold 76, I think we're fine. I think. Canadian knocked the cover off the ball today. Dollar Canada. Wow. Canadian Ivy, 2 months in a row. Big number. Big bill. I think we could be talking about raising rates. If the U.S. economy continues to get better, cars, housing, lumber. Canada's a huge lumber industry. China continues to improve. You start getting better jobs numbers and a little inflation data, you could be talking rate increases. Rate increases. Listen, Australia did it in the face of a global economy that was negative in places. So if Australia could do it, I see no reason why Canada cannot. And you get numbers like that, 64, better than previous month. It was supposed to be 58 pullback. And U.S. gas is still being accelerated. Houston, we could have a problem. So CPI data is going to be huge in the coming months for Canada and employment. But you look at this chart, it doesn't look very good. Reversed. It was up nicely. I think you sell the strength, any strength. And again, the futures are going to be key. S&P are going to be key. Oil is going to be key. Don't like the way oil closed. Gold also. But certainly my 99 spot. It looks like it's going to happen. And again, the S&Ps, they closed okay. It's a hangman, and I'm nervous about the hangman. But should we clear the tower and take out 1348 and get up on the night? Because I'm nervous that it's going to be this. Let's take a look at this pattern and look at this. Same type thing. Now, it was more of a doji. The U.S. side came back much more than this time. But if we don't take out the highs today, if we don't make a run for 1348, 1346-ish, then I think we could be easily a short and come back and test the 10 exponential. So I'm not if there's no deal and we get a rate cut tonight and promises of more rate cuts out of Australia and no deal tonight, again, we're going lower and we're going to drift lower. It's not going to be an easy night. It'll be easy in the Australian. U.S., we really have no numbers. We got Bernanke testifying again, IBD, consumer credit late in the day. Eurozone, we got German industrial production, interested in that number. Building permits out of Canada. And council member Macklem in Canada, maybe he has something to say. You never know. French trade balance, big deal. Leading indicators out of Japan, big deal. 10:30 tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Australia. Rate cut expected to 4%. I think they cut rates. I don't think they need to. I don't. But I think they're one and done. Recovery's happening. Gold's rallied. Their economy's doing just fine. Trade with China continuing to do well. Job advertisements, by the way, even though retail sales were bad last night, job advertisements up 6%. The estimate was supposed to be up 0.4. That's a big move. So we look at this chart. It's a little weak. I think we come in. I'm looking for a nice pullback to the 10 EMA, 106.50. And then we hammer because they're going to be done. All this might take place in a minute. Down and then up. If they cut and say they're done and say the global economy seems to be improving, China seems to be improving, holy crap, to the moon, Alice. So tonight, huge, Australia. Team, I will be in the room. I'll probably tweet something. You cheapos. Check out the email I sent you out, people, today. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. 3 months, 400. It's a good deal. Try my freaking product. What are you waiting for? But New Zealand came back nicely today. I think Aussie Kiwi is going to continue to go lower. Big night tonight, though, in Aussie Kiwi. It might collapse. They cut. They say they're done. We might have a nice big fat bar day in Aussie Kiwi if they're not done. We might have a nice reversal if they say they are. So big night. And again, big night in the euro. Everything reversed. Euro Canada reversed. That looks like that could be a nice long. Again, euro sterling reversed a little bit. So I think the market thinks there's going to be a deal tonight. And the number last night, Germany, continues to do well. And we look at this pound Aussie. Hanging out the lows, though. Something's coming. Up big, down big. Get ready to trade it. That's at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big. Other than that, we got Alawi coming on. The Prince, here he is.
That the revolutions that took place in certain Arab countries like Egypt, Libya, Tunis, and to a certain extent, I would say Yemen, and what's happening now in Syria was a big lesson, a wake-up call to many of the Arab countries to really try to have a peaceful evolution rather than having a violent revolution. And I believe
Aussie,
many rulers in the Arab world began getting the message. For example, Morocco, the King of Morocco established a good system over there whereby he's moving slowly but surely towards being constitutional monarchy. Also, my friend, the King of Bahrain, also took steps to
Canada, good news.
into being full democracy.
Australia's going to cut rates.
Begin
Aussie, Canada at multi-month.
You call it in the piece an evolution, not a revolution. Tell me how you see Saudi Arabia looking different
And look at
in
that
this
bearish
evolution. As you say,
I'm telling you, I like this chart.
10
Short.
years later, how long does this evolution take, and how does Saudi Arabia look
Almost a
different?
blue horseshoe call.
Saudi Arabia, under the leadership of King Abdullah, is taking major moves at the social level, economic level, and financial level, which is really helping the Saudi people a lot. But clearly, I believe more moves have to take place on the political front, where to involve the people and have them participate in the system. Having said that, if you review the latest Zogby report that had a research on the Arab countries, the approval rating of the Saudi government, Saudi Arabia, was 90%. Very surprising.
Oh, whatever. Look at this reversal in dollar Swiss. This guy, he's American. I don't think anyway, forget it. Forget my opinion. This is the year. You know my opinion. All hell's going to break loose in the Middle East. Abso-freaking-lutely. My new, again, target now, if you're curious, not that you care, but Netanyahu coming to the United States in a month and meeting with Obama. They're going to act while he's on the plane. He's going to blackmail Obama, or, that's it. When he leaves, if there's nothing, Israel's going it alone. 1 month. All right, people, again. I'm looking for a turnaround Tuesday up in the S&P and then down. Love this dollar Swiss short. Think we break 91.20 tonight. Currency reserves coming out. It's going to be better. Maybe get Euro Swiss to crack. But I like this dollar Swiss short. I think the dollar index looks like it's going lower. Whenever I find it. Nice reversal day in the Dixie. And I think we're probably going to get a deal. But again, I wouldn't be surprised to see us pop a little bit and then roll over. But look for a Greek deal tonight. I'd say something happens 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, about 10 in the morning, European time, maybe even 2 a.m. Eastern. Look for the headlines. And if they agree to ram this, if they really agree to some of these cuts, and there's the strikes, there aren't that many, see how it plays out throughout the course of the day, you might have, the breakout rally in the euro. Maybe it continues and we collapse. But if you get a situation where it goes through, the euro's rallying, and then you start getting reports of strikes and riots in the street and people not pissed off, and then they're talking about the election, and then it starts losing its positivity. Night falls, and that's 3 o'clock in the afternoon U.S. time. So the close could get ugly tomorrow. But again, that's assuming a deal happens. And I don't even know if that's going to happen. So, again, no deal, more uncertainty, we should drift lower. Dollar index pops, even though this looks like a nice reversal. Andrew Spanton. Info at globalfxllcpeople.com. What are you waiting for? Send your comments. Email me. Info at globalfxllc.com. Andrew Spanton. Global Markets Radio, the only voice you'll ever need, who truly loves to make you money. Bye-bye.